Hello ladies and G-words, welcome back to my main channel. Today we're going to be talking about everything I have learned from over 180 manifestation books. I have been reading these books since I was probably 13 years old and now I'm 25. You do the maths. I want to say though that all of these books more or less are saying the exact same thing, and that is the point of this video. By the way, if you haven't yet, go watch my video, 16 years of manifestation knowledge in 16 minutes. If you're a beginner with manifestation, because everything is also explained there. And if you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Simone. I am a psychology graduate, and on my channels, because I have a second channel, I blend spirituality with psychology and science to help make positive changes in your life. I also have a best-selling, life-changing journal. So if you want to go change your life, you can go get the journal. There's a digital copy available on the website, themindformulas.com, for only $13. And also every single video, if you just leave a comment, we do a giveaway. So leave a comment and you can win one of 10 digital copies.
With a bitch that's spicy, get that. I got racks to the ATM jam. Tell me what you want to do. I got racks to the ATM jam. Tell me what you want to do. You a badass bitch.
Out of all the 180 books I've read, there is a very, very clear theme about how to manifest. No matter if we're reading Neville Goddard, Joe Dispenza, Florence Scovel Shinn, who else? Joseph Murphy. I'm actually rereading his book right now. This is a Bible. I'll give you my top 5 books at the end. Everyone is saying the same thing, just in different ways. Even if you read Quran or the Bible, or you study Kabbalah, and I've studied all of these, they are more or less saying the same thing. So how do we actually manifest? Number 1, your self-concept is going to drive your reality. Your self-concept is how do you perceive yourself. Self-concept is at the center of everything. Whatever you believe about yourself is going to be true. If you believe, I am the type of person who gets whatever I want, you will bring that into your reality. If you believe I'm the type of person who always gets cheated on, you will bring that into your reality. Whether you literally attract it to you or you are subconsciously going to then choose people who cheat on you or look for evidence in your reality that they are cheating, it's going to manifest either way. You need to have very solid self-concept. So I highly recommend, if you have really deep-rooted issues, go work with a therapist, but start to do some deep core reprogramming of yourself and how you perceive yourself. Listen to how do you talk about yourself? What do you say? By the way, I'm going to leave a worksheet in the description below that you can download totally free from the Mind Formula, which will help you get started on this process. So you need to figure out, how do I really see myself? What do I beat myself up about? For example, I never speak badly about myself because I genuinely do not perceive myself to do anything bad. If I make a wrong turn on the freeway and now I just added 20 minutes to my destination time, because where I live, if you make a wrong turn, it's gonna take 20 minutes. If I make a wrong turn, I don't go, oh my God, you idiot, you're so incompetent. Because some people, if they are really insecure, making one little mistake opens up this whole flood of emotions where they just spiral. Okay, you're dumb, you're stupid, you never do anything right. I'm never gonna find love. Like, it just gets deeper, 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 deeper. The wound is so deep. Well, I'll never call myself stupid. I'll be like, oh, I'm so silly. And that's a reflection of my self-concept and how I perceive myself. And you can get there too. It's just gonna take a bit of work. Like, every time you notice you are talking badly about yourself, stop it. You need to cut it out. Guys, try for 30 days to challenge yourself to only speak positively about yourself. 2, the state you're in is the signal, aka the emotion, the frequency is what will manifest it to you. That's why people who do affirmations all day, for example, they can affirm 10,000 times and they might still not get it, because when they get out of the state, they go back into that lack mindset or check in the reality. I don't have it here. When you decide it's done, it is done. You must hold that frequency, hold that state. That's why, going back to the previous point about self-concept, if you are trying to get into the state of somebody who's loved, but deep down your self-concept is like, no, I don't deserve love, I will always get cheated on because I'm the type of person who gets cheated on, that self-concept is going to overwrite your feeling state. Let's say you don't do that inner work. you do a really, really great job at holding this inner feeling of love, conjuring that feeling up, and you manifest this wonderful partner. Suddenly everything boils to the surface. Oh my God, he's going to cheat on me. I don't trust him. My ex cheated on me. My dad cheated on my mom. And everything implodes. People don't think enough about what happens when I get the manifestation. You will often sabotage it if you're not ready for that desire. Hence why self-concept work, shadow work is so important. So yes, going back to point 2, feeling is the secret, as Neville Goddard says, even Joe Dispenza. How are you feeling? The point of Joe Dispenza's meditations is to help you change your feeling state and to be able to hold that frequency throughout the entire day by effectively going to a really deep meditative state and changing who you are in his meditations. So you don't actually need to go do his like 90-minute meditations if you're able to consciously change who you are in the moment. And I'll give you guys a little tip. There are times in my life when I feel so in control, it's like I'm almost consciously programming reality. And I see everything so clear. And I get into these states when, number 1, I'm in a good mental health mindset. I've been regularly meditating. Number 2, even like a 10-minute meditation in the morning, it's a game changer. I don't miss this. That sets your day up so well. Even when I'm at the gym and I'm washing my hair, when I'm letting my hair conditioner sit there for 5 minutes, you know what I do? I don't stand there in the shower. I actually meditate. Like I sit down, I put a towel down and I meditate for 5 minutes. And it feels so good because the more you do it, the more clarity you get and the more you want to do it. Because it's positive reinforcement. If you're not seeing the results, obviously you're not going to want to do it, which is why you need to continuously do it until you can shift and feel the positive results in your life. Go do Ho'oponopono. Start with that. Watch my video on that. Like going back to your self-concept work, you can do everything right, but your self-concept is shit. And like no matter how much you're trying to override these limiting beliefs or push it down with your affirmations, it's going to bubble to the surface because actually sometimes a lot of how we feel can be generational. Like we're storing all of this baggage in us that's ancestral. You could be literally holding your grandmother's pain right now. Some people, they're like, why do I feel so sad? I don't know why I feel sad. There's a sadness in me I can't explain. And I was one of those people. I literally could not explain where this sadness has come from or where this anger has come from. Sometimes it's ancestral. Sometimes it's from your childhood, emotions that have been repressed that need to come out. So I really recommend working with a therapist for it. And I mentioned this in a previous video. Therapy doesn't mean you're broken. 1, 2, it doesn't have to be expensive. We'll get into that. 3, you don't have to do it forever. It can be like this 1 to 3 month investment, or do it for however long you think you need it and then stop it. It's like a small investment that can change the trajectory of your life and your relationships forever. And one thing that blocks a lot of people from getting therapy is that they haven't found the right therapist. Like sometimes the hardest part about therapy isn't getting started or sticking to it, it's just finding the right therapist. Because when you feel stuck, you might bounce from one thing to another. I'm gonna try this mode of therapy. Okay, I'm gonna try energetic healing, try chakra balancing, and you're jumping from all of these different modalities to find the thing that sticks. And that's often what happens when people feel so lost, because they're looking for this be-all magical solution. But the truth is, if you're constantly jumping around, and this goes for everything in life, you're never going to figure out what truly sticks and what is truly going to work for you. And in the past, when I wouldn't stick to something, I would then blame whatever I was trying, because I'm like, okay, I tried this once, it didn't give me this magical solution. So everything can just feel kind of off to you, or like that's not going to work. But it's actually your internal resistance, because sometimes your self-concept will be, so you can even have a self-concept that nothing will work for me, by the way. So sometimes also we will purposely think nothing is going to work. It is our internal resistance to getting help, because the body and the mind wants to stay the same. It is safe to stay the same. Change is actually a threat because it's unfamiliar. That's why it's important to have a consistent support, and not just from somebody you love, because sometimes they don't give us the best advice. That's why therapy can provide a consistent, steady support system to help you work through this internal resistance and help you overcome these blockages to make real change in your life. And that's where today's paid partner comes in, BetterHelp. They are on a mission to make starting therapy so much easier and also more affordable, because they have financial aid. state. Unlike friends or strangers who don't fully understand your situation, therapy will give you a safe space to work with someone who's trained with things like this to help you work through whatever is up here. Therapy is not about quick fixes, it is about consistent long-term support. And BetterHelp designed their therapist match commitment to make that possible. BetterHelp uses over a decade of matching expertise, clinical experience, and your preferences to match you with someone who makes sense for you. And if they don't match with you, guess what? You can change for free of charge at any time. So why don't you go to my link right here to get your first month of therapy for only 10% off. We have so much to talk about, you guys. 3, imagination and repetition will program the subconscious mind. Multiple thought leaders talk about how when we get into a state akin to sleep. Neville Goddard talks about state akin to sleep. Other people describe it in very different ways, whether that's getting into like a very drowsy state in the morning or in the evening. When we're in this state, we're able to impress our subconscious mind even more than usual. What you should do is visualize a scene, an end scene of you having the desire. For example, you want to manifest your ex back, which I don't recommend, but there is no point you manifesting them sending you a text, hey, I miss you. You instead should be manifesting the end result of what you want. Do you want to get married? Imagine you guys saying your wedding vows, because then everything can unfold. Often, people then get that text message and everything flops because they don't even know what to do beyond that. Nothing can unfold. They haven't even seen beyond that. And if you're doing this repetitively over and over again, the faster it will manifest, because the more you're going to believe it, the more you're impressing the subconscious mind. And we command our subconscious mind. Infinite intelligence exists. People will call it different things. You might call it God, you might call it the quantum field, you might call it infinite intelligence or the universe. It exists and we are here to co-create with it. 5, it is really important that you reduce resistance, meaning you try to detach from the outcome. Because if we already have the thing we want, right? We impress the subconscious mind. Now we have the emotion, we have the feeling, we're acting like we have it. There should be no resistance because you have it. For example, I was watching this video testimonial from someone who attended a Joe Dispenza workshop, and he really wanted to manifest love. So every morning he would wake up and he would do this 1-hour love meditation. He did it for 60 days, and he said by 40 days he didn't even want love anymore because he felt like he was love, he was whole. And that's all we want. We don't actually want that thing. You don't want that money, guys. You want freedom. You don't want that girlfriend or that boyfriend or that ex back. You want love, and maybe you want validation. We just want that feeling state. So if you're able to literally hack your mind into getting into that feeling state, that's when it's going to come. That's where the resistance dissolves. Resistance will also dissolve when you don't place something on a pedestal. So when people are broke and they might find it really difficult to manifest money because they're like, if I don't pay rent this month, I'm going to get evicted. If I can't pay for my child's medical bills, they're going to die. So of course they are so attached, and it's very, very difficult in these states to be like, okay, drop resistance, don't worry about it, it will come, because you urgently need it. But you really have to try to like get control of your mental state in those moments. Get into your meditation, because meditation, guys, if you can't control your mind, I promise you it's because you're not meditating. You need to get into these meditations and learn to quiet your mind. And I'm going to give you a 5-step process that you can do every single day to help make this effortless, because that's what manifestation is. And I find a lot of people who are new to manifestation and they'll say, Simone, I'm really trying to manifest every day. Like I wake up and I journal and I write my fucking list. And I'm like, babe, that's not how you manifest. You are always manifesting, because we are always creating our reality. Whatever you're thinking is going to be projected onto the screen of space. Work on your identity, your self-concept, whether you're doing your shadow work every day, you're getting therapy, you need to do something every day for the inner work. I also like EFT tapping. EFT tapping is great for nervous system regulation. Step 2, you need to regulate your emotional state through meditation. Why do you think every video almost for like the past couple of years I've told you guys to meditate? And why do so many other people tell you to meditate? Because it is what controls your mind, especially when everything is so noisy in the world. When you are so distracted by everything on your cellular device, you have no attention span because you're watching TikTok and Reels all day long. Meditation will help you gain control. And in my previous video, I said The times when I want to go and scroll on social media are the days I didn't meditate. The days I meditate, I actually don't have a compulsion to go on these devices because I have control over my inner world and my bad habits. Every day, think about the end state and use the morning time to get into the feeling of the end state. And throughout the day, if you feel like you're drifting from that emotional state, you need to do whatever you can to regulate yourself again. For example, let's say you really want to manifest $10,000 and you wake up in the morning and all you feel is lack. You open Instagram and that person is rich and you're like, oh, that's just a reminder that I'm so poor, the world is so unfair. By the way, self-concept there, the world is unfair. No, in your world, the world is favorable to you. You start to spiral, as a lot of people do, because the more emphasis and desire and urgency they have, the more emotion is feeding it. So you need to regulate yourself. Okay, I'm gonna do some EFT tapping. Money comes easily to me, money's gonna come soon. Find evidence in your reality. For example, last week I was doing a bunch of money meditations and I had a refund randomly from this car rental company in New York. First of all, they overcharged Kathleen and I by $700. We were disputing them for 7 months and they were like, no, we didn't take anything from you. And I'm like, bro, the receipts are here. I got a refund 1.5 years later randomly, out of the blue. You can rewrite reality. Have your end scene, live in that end scene, and just deny reality. If reality shows you a bill, okay, I have the bill, whatever. That's gonna be a check soon. Like, you see that as a check. And when you go to bed at night, rewrite that day. A bill didn't come in, a check came in. You can rewrite reality. And now I'm going to show you my 5 top books, which I think everyone should read. These are the best books out of everything I've read. Also, like I said earlier, it gets to a point where you've read so many of these books where you're like, everything's just kind of the same.
Guys, I'm currently editing this at a bar and I know I'm gonna get comments going, Simone's recommending us such basic books. The thing is, you only need the basic books to really like drill this into your brain. I can't be giving you some super fucking esoteric ancient mysticism knowledge stuff because your brain and your ego might literally reject that. Read these books. If you've already read these books, reread them again. Something I'm doing this year is I've actually like cut out reading all of these types of books and I'm just sticking to the ones I've already read that are great, making it my Bible and rereading it over and over again. Now I just read a lot of books on religion. I like to study that and ancient mysticism. But you don't even need to know any of that for manifestation.
And that's why I don't really read manifestation books anymore. The books I read are a little bit more esoteric, or I read books on religion because I like to see how everything combines together. But first book I recommend you guys, this is a really, really easy read, and I recommend this to everyone who is not really into spirituality. They maybe have a lot of blockages towards everything that's esoteric. Just read The Power of the Subconscious Mind, because Dr. Murphy combines time-honored spiritual wisdom with cutting-edge scientific research. I even recommended it to my mom, who's Christian and she's not really into manifestation, right? It's an easy read. He just talks about how you can command the subconscious mind to manifest. When you start to read all these other books, you just realize how what he's talking about is what Joe is talking about, or Neville is talking about, or Florence, and everyone else in this field. Then if you're religious, you can even tie it to the Bible, and I'm not religious, but he talks about the Bible in here as well. Cybernetics, legendary book. Pretty easy to read as well. And also this is good if you're also not really into esoteric concepts, because just like Dr. Joseph Murphy, they don't make it so woo-woo, so you can comprehend it. Similarly, Think and Grow Rich, exactly the same. I would group these together. This is for you non-esoteric people. Brilliant books. There's a reason why every billionaire is always like, read Think and Grow Rich, because we literally are going to think and grow. Think and grow poor, think and grow rich, think and grow beautiful, younger, whatever. One of my mentors, this guy, he mentored a lot of powerful people. He actually worked with Joe before Joe was famous and mentored him. And he's like this, I don't even know how to describe this guy. You have to get recommended through this society to work with him, and I only worked with him for a few months because he didn't resonate with me. But anyways, he told me to read the 4 Agreements. Why? The 4 Agreements is not a manifestation book, but why is it important? Because, guys, number 1, be impeccable with your word. I don't say I'm stupid. I don't condemn myself. I don't speak ill of others as well, let alone ill of myself. Because speak with integrity, say only what you mean. Avoid using the word to speak against yourself or to gossip about others. Everything else, you must read. Becoming Supernatural and Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself are also key books. Everyone loves Dr. Joe. Dr. Joe, he is remarkable with also showing you how to heal your body. Joe's actually, he teaches a lot of esoteric spiritual practices. For example, when he talks about bringing the energy up your spine, that's Kundalini energy. When he talks about your energy centers, that is your chakras. You think you're gonna talk to some redneck Kentucky man about your chakras and he will be like, yeah, I'm gonna read that book. No, that's why he talks about energy centers. I think even for some people, energy centers is a bit woo-woo. But like I said, everything connects together. And I'm actually recommending you too much right now. So I have the Neville Goddard complete collection. Have I read through all of this? No, because it's too fucking long. I really recommend a couple of stories from here, and you can find it online. They're very short. At Your Command, Feeling is the Secret, The Power of Awareness. Guys, you know what book I also recommend? The Life Formula. You know why? Because not only did I make this with the intention to help you do your shadow work, organize what's in your mind, but to plan your day in an effective way that the brain can understand and not get overwhelmed. Look at that. It's beautiful. We have reality creation, intention setter, there's a vision board, there's a full year calendar. It has everything. It has everything. And people have said to me, Simone, I've tried so many other journals and I've never been able to stick to anything, but your journal is the one I've been able to stick to. Clock it. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you next time. Cheers.
Guys, I'm trying to get it to 22, 22, 22 because all of the spiritual bitches who believe in angel numbers are gonna be like, oh my god, this is a sign. So this is your sign, ladies and genitals.